Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Young Sheldon. This is the 19th episode of the 3rd season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click it, put the password in, and enjoy. It's been interesting because last episode, you know, we had Georgia. He went round to MISSY'S. He sat down. He's trying to get some advice. You know, he's saying that this girl that he's been seeing, she kind of wants to make it, you know, an item, a full-time thing where he kind of, you know, likes just how it kind of is, kind of chill, and he wants to not keep his options open, but he don't want to restrict himself to one girl. You know, he's kind of young, and that's the advice that me might give him as well. She was like, look, mate, if you're not married and you're not got kids come in, then just, you know, be open and have fun. And he said, yeah, that's what Dale told me. She was like, what? That's what Dale told you? Do you know what I mean? And then she was then all paranoid because she was like, what's my boyfriend saying that about, you know, advice to you? Is he doing that same thing to me? And then she was like, you know, going out with Dale, she was quizzing him, she was asking him questions. He was like, mate, what's with all this? Like, what's brought all this on? She was like, look, I'm just trying to figure out where we're at. Do you know what I mean? Are we playing the field? You know, are we going out on other dates with other people? I was saying, mate, you know, when I was going out with my girlfriend, I was telling her, look, mate, you know, don't have to worry about me seeing anybody else. Can't afford even to take us out. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no chance I can afford to go speak to other people as well. I'd literally be homeless. You know what I'm saying? With the cost of 2025 nowadays, you know, it's interesting. So he was like, look, you know, what do you want? Do you want to be exclusive? She was like, yeah, let's do it. So they're an item. That's what it looks like anyway. It was interesting, honestly, unexpected. Also, George was getting a lot of grief because, you know, at the start of the game, he was talking to, you know, the librarian that Sheldon talks to on the football field, and a player was running his way. He dodged out the way, and she got took out, broke her arm, hurt her neck, and, you know, she had nowhere to stay, so they ended up, you know, posting and popping her up in their house for a couple of days while she recuperated. And, you know, everybody was talking about it, and it even made the news, making him look bad at the end. You know, I thought it was pretty funny, to be honest. I didn't really massively blame him. It was just an instant reaction if something's flying to kind of dodge it, and she was just unlucky behind it. But it was a pretty good and eventful last episode. I really did enjoy it. Thanks for checking out today's. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you do. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Ice cream. Ice cream, Mom, can I?
Sure.
Ice cream!
Don't you need money?
I need money!
Shelly, you want ice cream?
Ice cream! All right.
Was turning out to be the perfect Saturday. The ice cream man had extra napkins. I had tons of homework. Then it all came crashing down.
There's no telling who could buy that house. Who knows what kind of smells could jump the gap? Cigarette smoke? A scented candle? A durian?
What's a durian?
A vile-smelling fruit of the genus Durio.
Be a family with kids your age.
I already live with a kid my age. Not a fan.
What about ice cream men? Oh, mate, I used to love that as a kid when they come round. You know, it was dead cheap, honestly. It used to be 99, and that was like 99 cents, 99p, less than $1, £1. Now, if you go to an ice cream, you know, van, it's like $4. You know what I mean? It's like crazy. It's like, what is actually going on there? How's it gone up that much? It's madness. And also, in the UK right now, it is freezing. It's -6 where I am, and I'm not joking. -6 degrees Celsius. That's ridiculous. There's snow about as well. I know usually we get crappy weather, but that's just a joke. And you know, classic British style. Ice cream man's still out. He's still knocking around in his van. You know what I mean? And it's never too cold for an ice cream, though, is it? Let's be honest. But it's just funny seeing it.
What's up? Can I talk to you about serious woman stuff?
Of course.
I think I have a boyfriend, but you cannot tell Mom.
Oh, of course. I love not telling your mother stuff. Okay, well, I have to ask now, at your age, having a boyfriend, what does that mean? Do you hold hands?
I wish, but no.
So how do you know he's your boyfriend? Well, I didn't realize you had documentation.
Something suspicious is happening next door.
Like what?
Groups of strangers keep coming and going. They must be using the house to sell drugs.
No one's selling drugs, it's just having an open house.
It'd be interesting to see how different
I
it
had
is to
no
it.
choice but to determine if any of these prospective home buyers would be suitable neighbors. This lady seems promising.
I'm the realtor.
But you're a teacher and an actor.
And while those both pay so well, I like to do this on the weekends.
If you want to be his girlfriend,
Doing his standard
and
job.
he wants to be your boyfriend, what's the problem?
He also plays baseball, and this weekend, I have to pitch against him.
You're going to pitch bad to him on purpose?
I was thinking about it.
That is not what you are going to do.
I'm a listing agent on the house next door.
But I thought you were a teacher and a...
And an actor. Yeah. You've got to get your son out of my open house.
I detect a hint of garlic. Do you enjoy cooking stinky foods, or are you afraid of vampires?
Why are you reading about property code?
The house next door to mine is for sale, and I'm looking for ways to control who moves in there. Hello, Officer Robin. This is Sheldon Cooper.
What's wrong, Sheldon?
I was wondering if anyone was murdered in the house next door to mine. Oh, Mr. Givens, I may be a little late to class. It's a police matter.
Sheldon's gonna be late.
Well, all right.
It's a police.
Don't care.
Death from natural causes in 1948.
You know, trying to deter the neighbours from moving in next door. Do you remember the film Step Brothers? That is a top film, isn't it? Honestly, top film. They didn't want next door neighbours going in, so they was dressing up every time somebody come round for a house visit. You had, I think one time they dressed up in the Nazi uniform, another time as the KKK, another time they pretended that somebody was actually murdered. They was doing their best to stop people moving in next door. And, you know, I get it, because we've all seen, you know, neighbours and people on the street that are just terrible to live with. Just too noisy, do you know what I mean? They're always partying, or they just leave stuff around and just make the place worse. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's experienced that. And, you know, I've also experienced having great neighbours where it's sunny and everybody sat outside having a drink, having a good time, get the barbecue going and stuff like that. And it's so much better having people that you could know and get along with, especially being kids as well, being out and playing. You know what I mean? If Sheldon don't play, but maybe Missy, you know, like, it'd be so good. Imagine if a family moved in next door and you got somebody like Paige or whoever it is, like a girl, to move in, and Missy becomes, friendly with them, and you know, that's kind of like the best scenario, because no, Sheldon's never going to do it, but Missy could, and that would be really, really good.
The Tigers on Saturday?
Should be an easy win. Their best players' parents are getting a divorce. I just hope it drags on through the playoffs.
She's got a crush on a boy on the other team, and she's worried that if she strikes him out, that it'll embarrass him.
Well, it's too bad. She's our pitcher.
Thought that underneath that tough exterior, there was a shred of compassion.
You're using your feminine wiles to get your way.
It works all, doesn't it?
Smart and handsome.
Yeah, it always works.
You forgot tall.
You're moving. And speaking of moving, if any of your parents are in the market for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, ranch style, with an updated kitchen, have them give me a call.
Are any potential buyers? And if so, can I have their names so I can run a background check with my friends in blue? You do not want me as an enemy. Or as a friend, sibling, or student, I've been told.
All right, look, if it's so important to you, why don't you just go out and find a buyer that you'd be happy with?
But I'm flattered you'd want me next door.
Of course I would. You don't have enough friends to throw a party.
Out my window and see more of you?
Yes.
Hey, maybe we could ride to school together.
We could play card games.
You're killing me.
The district rule that says a principal can't live next door to a student.
He's going to look at that.
Does it? Good.
Robin's not crazy about living in a house I shared with my ex-wife.
That's understandable.
You not want us to look at the one next to you?
Oh, no, of course not. You should absolutely look at it. Boss might live next door to me. Yay!
Well, my boss lives everywhere, and you don't see me getting weird about it.
You make as much money as Dad. Why don't you buy it?
He does not make as much money as me.
No, but I don't have to spend mine on stupid stuff like food and kids.
You upset Mr. Lundy and you were rude to the people at the open house.
And he was bugging his teachers at school all day.
There's a district rule that says that Principal Peterson cannot live next door to me.
Sounds made up.
A principal who tells lies. What are we gonna do with this one? Excuse me, Mr. Lundy. I'm afraid I have some bad news.
Yeah, what's going on?
My mother has forbidden me from helping you sell the house.
Is beyond bad news. I guess I'll see you in the halls.
Again, I'm sorry.
Me too. And scene.
Cooper, you know, I think I'm going to have you sit this one out and let Powell pitch. Kind of like to save your arm for the playoffs, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, you got a second?
Of course, called before dropping in, but that's just how I was raised.
I like you and Robin very much, and if you want to look into that house, we would be lucky to have you as neighbors.
Because Robin already looked at it, loved it, put up police tape so no one else could get in.
We're gonna lose.
Oh, we're going to be fine. Powell's got this.
I'll strike Marcus out.
I thought Marcus was your boyfriend.
Mima told you.
Strike out your boyfriend.
Innit? At least she knows him.
Come on, Cooper. Yeah, one. Yes, two more, Coop. Three. Girl.
Good game.
There you go. Well done, lad.
He held my hand. High five! Don't touch it.
You know what? Do you not? Has it finished? One sec. I'll talk about it in a minute.
We've got some exciting news.
They accepted our offer on the house.
We're gonna be neighbors.
It's wonderful. Come in.
I bet they're going to be fuming that Sheldon's a neighbour.
It looks like Pastor Jeff and Robin are going to move in next door.
And that's not the only news.
We are expecting. Oh, what a beautiful bliss.
Wow, that's
Hey, Sheldon,
fast.
maybe someday you could babysit for us.
Yo, he's fuming.
Where are you going?
To apply for college.
When he sees the baby, he'll come around.
No, I won't.
That was an unexpected turn of events, innit? But what I was saying is, the casting of Missy in the adult one, she looks so much like her, personally. I actually think she does so much. I can't remember her name. She's LaRusso's wife in Cobra Kai. But she actually, I feel like she does look like, because Missy's got kind of big eyes, and she has kind of big eyes as well. I just feel like the casting is really good. I mean, even Georgie looks the same. I know they're supposed to look the same, but I feel like they do bang on. Like, honestly, I feel like they've done really, really well. So, fair play to him, and that was good, you know. I actually prefer when you're doing some sort of sport to, commit all the way, and either, you know, if you win, you win. If you don't, you don't. That's just the way it is, you know. I say, if me and the girlfriend went to bowling, for example, I wouldn't play crapper. I wouldn't strike out just so that she could win. I just think that's shit, to be honest. I just feel like if you win, you win. You know, you're not you can't be a sore loser. You just play to have fun. You don't play to throw games. So if we then, I don't know, went and played air hockey and I lost, and I'd be like, yeah, whatever. It's, you know, or if we went and done something else, I don't know, roller skating and she was better than me, or if we done, I don't know, pool and I lost, you know what I mean, or shot some snooker. It's just the way it is, you know what I mean? Ping pong, it's just, you play to, I mean, you don't play to actually laugh in the face and, you know, I'm absolutely beating you, but you just play, and if you win, you win. You know what I mean? You don't strike out, you don't throw crappy throws, you just do it, and if you're not a sore loser, then that's the way forward. And he wasn't, you know, he respected. She come in, she played, she pitched, struck him out, and give her a high five. Good game. Got that hand contact. And Missy does good sells as well in terms of when she's fuming or upset or happy. She sells it well. You could tell. As soon as that happened, her face lit up, and you was like, mate, you know that she's buzzing. You know it. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm really happy for her, and I feel like she's having a really good season, to be honest. Actually, I feel like Georgia, even though he wasn't really in today's episode, and her have had a really good season so far. I think that this is the season where they kind of glowed up. You know, the first two, was in it a little bit, but I feel like this one they've actually had quite a bit of chunk and their own little stories going, and I've really enjoyed it. Okay, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks for checking out our channel today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So we were saying there, new neighbours, it always is kind of worrying. You know what I mean? You could get somebody that's amazing and is always, you know, out there engaging with the street. If you live in a little cul-de-sac, you know what I mean? When the summer's out barbecuing or, you know, having a good time. Or you could have just proper assholes that actually makes everybody's life hell. You know what I mean? Causes chaos, always up, making noise, just ruining the neighbourhood. Do you know what I mean? And Pastor Jeff and his new wife, you know, I feel like they'd be good neighbours. However, you know, I think it's going absolutely rapid for them. So I don't even know how many episodes it is for us, but I'd say maybe within the space of 9 episodes, you know what I mean, or something like that. He's got divorced, met her, got married, moved in, and now she's pregnant. They're absolutely flying, honestly, haven't they? You know what I mean? It's crazy. He's not stopping. He's having a great time. You know, he can't believe that he's got somebody that loves him. You know, his other wife, he was just there with her for the looks, wasn't he? She didn't really like him. Probably just done it to get a green card, you know what I'm saying? But now He's loving his family life, honestly. He's buying a house next door, and he probably would be a good neighbour. I don't feel like he'd be causing any disruption, to be honest. You know, he'd probably good for the neighbourhood, go around, spread positive vibes, you know what I mean? Every time you see him, he's always glowing, you know what I mean? So, and if he's not, you know, something's up. So he probably would be an ideal neighbour. Just that baby having next door for someone like Sheldon. You know, he's got like his sensitive hearing. He always moans about everything. He could probably nitpick and hear little things here and there and probably complain to Mary and obviously his dad about the noise, even though it's probably going to be mute and quiet anyway because it'd be, you know, next door. But it's interesting. You know, I actually did like today's episode and I'm really happy for Missy and you know, I'm interested to see Pastor Jeff maybe be in it a little bit more as well because, you know, he's already in it a decent amount and I don't actually mind him. So, like, having him next door maybe opens the door for him to be in it a bit more and, you know, I'm all for that. I'm happy for it. So, thanks for checking out today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you do. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.